Hello everyone, today I'll be reviewing this portable power bank that has quite a few charging options, including solar power. So it's one of those that you would take with you on a hiking or camping trip or some other outdoorsy activity. It's a fairly bulky battery. It has 26,800 milliamp hour capacity. So with the average smartphone battery capacity around maybe 4,000 milliamp hours, this power bank can charge that smartphone approximately 6 to 7 times from nearly 0% battery. But first, let's go ahead and talk about the content. So let's do a quick unboxing video here. It's pretty minimalistic packaging, so let's just go ahead and open it up. You're first greeted with, of course, the paperwork. So we got the user manual as well as the thank you, feedback, warranty card. The instruction manual is quite self-explanatory. I would say it has some nice pictures and it has good laid out tables. Overall, a pretty nicely designed instruction manual. Not always the case for these kind of under the radar brands. But anyways, that aside, we can see the actual charger right here. I'll show that in more detail a little bit later, but let's first take a look at what other accessories it comes with. And under this little flap, you have the charging cable, which is USB Type-C. So glad that they're using the future of charging cables here. And because it's USB Type-C, that means this particular battery is able to use that USB Type-C port for input charging as well as output charging. So doing a quick overview of this device here, you can see one side is completely covered with solar panels, which requires a good deal of direct sunlight in order for it to actually charge the battery. And you can tell if it's being charged if this light bulb LED turns on. You can see it's off right now. I'm indoors under artificial light. But even when I was outdoors in a partly cloudy weather condition, it still wasn't able to charge via the solar panels. So it really does require a good deal of direct sunlight. But even then, solar power charging is definitely one of the slowest methods of charging anything. As you can see on the label here, it says the solar panel is able to output at 1.9 watts, which is definitely super low. The only other method of charging this battery, which I would assume most people would utilize, is via, of course, the USB-C port right here under the silicone flap for waterproofing purposes. And you can see each port is clearly labeled. So the USB-C, as I mentioned earlier, is able to input as well as output charge at up to 15 watts, as you can see here, and it is flanked by two normal USB-A ports, which also are able to output charge at up to 15 watts. And the reason why I say up to, because it's going to fluctuate the amperage depending on the number of devices that you have connected to it. But yes, you can simultaneously charge multiple devices in this manner. Additionally, this power bank supports wireless charging via the Qi technology. So if your phone or device is able to support wireless charging, you just need to place it on the opposite side of the solar panel and you can receive up to 5 watts of power. Now, for those of you who are unsure about what these wattages actually mean in terms of how fast your device will charge, 5 watts is generally one of the baseline charging speeds. For example, for Apple, that's how much you would get using your stock charger. 15 watts is definitely one of the faster power options. Unfortunately, it's still not the 18 watts that's required for iPhones to reach 80% charge in 30 minutes. No quick charge technology either for the Android users. But if you don't really care about fast charging, there's still other things that are good about this charger. For example, it has this flashlight that functions also as an SOS signal. So if you press this button here on the side, not only can you see how much charge is left in the power bank, but if you press and hold, you're able to turn on the flashlight. And then once you're in the flashlight mode, you press the button again, you can switch to the SOS, and then finally is the constantly blinking light. So if you can't tell already, the flashlight is really only adequate to seeing things a couple feet in front of you if it's pitch black. It's not really going to function as a torchlight or anything like that. So the selling point here isn't how fast it can charge up your devices. It's more so that the fact that it is very rugged. It's meant for the outdoors. It has some good waterproofing in there. And of course, it has the ability to charge up to 4 devices simultaneously. And actually for the capacity of the battery, it's actually on the lighter side. You see here I have the same capacity, 26,800 milliamp hour for my Anchor battery here. And it's a little bit heavier than this one. So that's the lowdown on this battery pack. I think it's pretty decent for the price. If you guys are interested, you can check out the link in the description.